Hello and welcome to our in-depth analysis of the French economy. In this video, we will be taking a closer look at the economic situation in France, examining the country's strengths and weaknesses, and assessing its prospects for the future. France is one of the largest economies in Europe and the world. It has a population of around 67 million people and a GDP of approximately $2.7 trillion, making it the seventh largest economy in the world. France is also a founding member of the European Union and the Eurozone. One of the key strengths of the French economy is its highly educated workforce. The country has a strong tradition of education and research, and its universities are among the best in Europe. This has helped to create a skilled workforce that is well suited to a range of industries, including technology, manufacturing, and services. Another strength of the French economy is its extensive transportation infrastructure. The country has a well-developed road and rail network, as well as a number of major ports and airports. This makes it easy for businesses to transport goods and people across the country and around the world. France is also a major exporter of goods and services. Its main export partners include Germany, Belgium, the United States, and China. Key export products include automobiles, aircraft, pharmaceuticals, and food products. Despite these strengths, the French economy also faces a number of challenges. One of the most pressing is high unemployment, particularly among young people. In 2020, the unemployment rate in France stood at around 8.1%, but for those aged between 15 and 24, the rate was much higher at 18.9%. Another major challenge facing the French economy is the country's high level of public debt. France's public debt stands at around 116% of GDP, one of the highest levels in Europe. This has raised concerns about the sustainability of the country's fiscal position and its ability to finance its social welfare programs in the long term. In addition, the French economy has been hampered by a number of structural issues, including rigid labor laws, high taxes, and a lack of entrepreneurial culture. These factors have made it difficult for businesses to operate in France and have contributed to a slow rate of economic growth in recent years. However, there are signs that the French economy may be turning a corner. In 2017, the country elected a new president, Emmanuel Macron, who has promised to reform the economy and make it more competitive. Macron's economic program includes measures to reduce public spending, simplify labor laws, and lower taxes for businesses. These reforms have already begun to have an impact on the French economy. In 2019, the country's GDP grew by 1.4%, its strongest performance in 6 years. Unemployment has also begun to fall, with the rate dropping to 7.8% in the third quarter of 2020. Looking ahead, there are several factors that could influence the future direction of the French economy. One of the most significant is the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, which has had a significant impact on the global economy and is likely to continue to do so for some time to come. In addition, France will also face challenges in the years ahead as it seeks to maintain its position in a rapidly changing global economy. Technological advancements and the rise of emerging economies such as China and India are likely to put pressure on the country's traditional industries, such as manufacturing and agriculture. Despite these challenges, however, the French economy has a number of advantages that will help it to remain competitive in the years ahead. These include a highly skilled workforce, a strong tradition of innovation and research, and a favorable geographic location at the heart of Europe. Overall, the French economy is at a crossroads. It faces a number of challenges, including high unemployment, public debt, structural issues, and a rapidly changing global economy. However, the country also has a number of strengths, including a highly educated workforce, extensive transportation infrastructure, and a strong tradition of innovation and research. The reforms introduced by President Macron have already begun to have an impact on the French economy, with GDP growth and falling unemployment rates. However, the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic and other global economic factors will continue to pose challenges for the country in the years ahead. To remain competitive in the global economy, France will need to continue to invest in education and research, as well as in infrastructure and other key industries. It will also need to address some of the structural issues that have hampered its economic growth in recent years, including labor laws, taxes, and entrepreneurship. The history of the French economy is a long and complex one that spans centuries of economic and political change. From the Middle Ages to the present day, the French economy has undergone numerous transformations, shaped by wars, revolutions, and changing global economic conditions. Medieval and early modern periods. During the Middle Ages, the French economy was primarily agricultural and based on feudalism. However, the rise of trade and commerce in the late medieval period led to the growth of urban centers and the emergence of a merchant class. In the early modern period, France became a major European power and its economy began to shift towards manufacturing and trade. This period saw the growth of industries such as textiles, glassmaking, and metallurgy, as well as the expansion of French overseas colonies. Revolution and industrialization. The French Revolution of 1789 marked a turning point in the country's economic history. The revolution led to the abolition of feudalism and the introduction of modern economic and legal institutions. In the 19th century, France experienced significant industrialization, particularly in the areas of textiles, iron, and steel production. This period saw the rise of capitalist enterprise and the development of modern infrastructure, including railroads and telegraph networks. However, the industrialization process was uneven, with some regions, such as the North and East, experiencing rapid growth, while others, such as the South, lagged behind. The World Wars and post-war reconstruction. The two world wars had a significant impact on the French economy. During World War I, France suffered significant damage to its infrastructure and industrial capacity, and the country's finances were severely strained. The interwar period saw the rise of economic nationalism and protectionism, as France sought to insulate its economy from foreign competition. During World War II, France was occupied by Germany, which further damaged the country's economy. The post-war period saw significant reconstruction efforts, with the Marshall Plan providing assistance for the rebuilding of infrastructure and industry. The post-war era and European integration. The post-war period saw significant economic growth in France, particularly in the areas of consumer goods and services. However, the 1970s saw a period of economic stagnation, with rising inflation and unemployment. In the 1980s, President François Mitterrand introduced a series of economic reforms aimed at liberalizing the economy and reducing state control. This period also saw the development of European integration, with the creation of the European Union and the adoption of the euro as a common currency. In recent years, the French economy has faced a number of challenges, including high unemployment and public debt. President Emmanuel Macron has introduced a series of economic reforms aimed at boosting growth and competitiveness, including measures to simplify labor laws and reduce public spending. However, the French economy has also benefited from its highly educated workforce and strong tradition of innovation and research. France remains a major exporter of goods and services, and its industries range from high-tech manufacturing to tourism. In conclusion, the history of the French economy is one of evolution and transformation, shaped by political and economic developments both within and outside of the country. Despite the challenges it has faced, France has managed to maintain its position as a major player in the global economy and an important contributor to the European Union. In conclusion, the French economy is facing significant challenges but also has significant strengths that will help it to navigate these challenges. With the right policies and investments, France can continue to be a major player in the global economy and maintain its position as one of the largest and most important